Hello, my avid fans of scary and mystical stories. Today I'm going to tell you a tale you've never heard anywhere, only here and now, so enjoy it while you can.
The demon-possessed class teacher. Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by dense forests, there was a primary school known as Oakwood Elementary. The school had a reputation for excellence in education, but it also harbored a dark secret that would send chills down the spines of those who dared to uncover it. Mrs. Harrington, the fifth-grade teacher at Oakwood Elementary, was admired by both students and parents alike. With her warm smile and nurturing demeanor, she appeared to be the epitome of an ideal teacher. However, a sinister force had taken hold of her soul, turning her into something far more malevolent than anyone could imagine. It all began when Mrs. Harrington stumbled upon a mysterious ancient artifact during a summer vacation in a remote village. The locals warned her of its dark powers, but curiosity got the better of her. She couldn't resist the temptation to possess an object with such a dark and mysterious aura. Little did she know that her decision would change her life forever. Upon her return to Oakwood Elementary, Mrs. Harrington brought the artifact with her, unknowingly inviting an evil entity into her life. As the days passed, a subtle change came over her. She became distant and aloof, losing her compassionate nature and replacing it with an unnerving coldness. Her students began to notice the change, as Mrs. Harrington's once cheerful classroom turned into a gloomy and oppressive environment. The children couldn't put their finger on it, but they could sense an underlying darkness emanating from their beloved teacher. Strange occurrences started happening within the classroom. Objects would move on their own, whispers could be heard in empty corners, and the temperature would suddenly drop, sending shivers down the students' spines. Fear and unease settled like a thick fog over Oakwood Elementary, affecting both students and staff. One fateful day, during a science experiment, things took a terrifying turn. Mrs. Harrington's eyes turned pitch black, and her voice morphed into a haunting, otherworldly tone. She began levitating above the ground, her limbs contorting in unnatural ways. The terrified children screamed in horror as they witnessed their teacher transformed into a vessel for pure evil. The possessed Mrs. Harrington unleashed a wave of terror upon the school. She roamed the hallways, her footsteps echoing with an eerie resonance. Students reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corners, and whispers of forgotten languages filled the air. One by one, students started to disappear. The school became a haunted prison, with the possessed Mrs. Harrington as its malevolent warden. Those who dared to venture into the darkness never returned, leaving behind only a chilling silence. Desperate to end the reign of terror, a group of brave students decided to take matters into their own hands. Armed with their courage and a few ancient texts they had found in the school library, they ventured into the heart of darkness. Their journey led them to a hidden chamber beneath the school, where they discovered a ritual that could banish the evil entity from Mrs. Harrington's body. With trembling hands, they performed the ancient incantation, their voices resonating with determination and hope. As the last word left their lips, a blinding light erupted, engulfing the chamber. When the light subsided, Mrs. Harrington lay on the floor, unconscious but freed from the clutches of the evil entity. The curse had been broken, and Oakwood Elementary could finally breathe a sigh of relief. The possessed class teacher's reign of terror had come to an end, but the scars it left behind would forever haunt the memories of those who survived. Oakwood Elementary would never be the same, as the darkness had left an indelible mark on the school's walls. To this day, the legend of the possessed class teacher of Oakwood Elementary serves as a warning to those who dare to toy with the unknown. Evil lurks in the most unexpected places, ready to consume the souls of the innocent. So, if you ever find yourself in the presence of a teacher with an unnerving aura, beware, for the line between light and darkness may be thinner than you think. To this day, the legend of the possessed class teacher of Oakwood Elementary continues to send shivers down the spines of those who hear it. Whispers of the dark entity that once inhabited Mrs. Harrington's body echo through the corridors, reaching the ears of unsuspecting students and teachers. Years after the incident, the school underwent renovations, hoping to erase the haunting memories of its dark past. But no amount of fresh paint or modernization could fully dispel the lingering presence of evil that still clung to the walls. New students who enrolled at Oakwood Elementary would often find themselves plagued by nightmares, their sleep disrupted by visions of Mrs. Harrington's contorted face and the echoing whispers that spoke of unspeakable horrors. Some claimed to wake up with unexplained scratches on their bodies, as if they had been touched by unseen malevolent hands. Teachers, too, experienced strange phenomena within their classrooms. Books would fly off shelves, writing would appear on blackboards without explanation, and a pervasive feeling of being watched haunted them day and night. The faculty grew increasingly wary, never fully at ease, always on edge. Rumors spread among the students that Mrs. Harrington's spirit still lingered within the school, seeking revenge for its banishment. They spoke of seeing her ghostly figure, draped in a tattered white gown, wandering the hallways in the dead of night, her eyes glowing with a sinister light. It was said that if she caught you in her gaze, she would steal your soul, trapping it in eternal darkness. As the years passed, the incidents grew more frequent and more disturbing. Students reported hearing anguished cries reverberating through the walls, as if tormented souls were trapped within the school's very foundation. Shadows danced and twisted, taking on grotesque forms that seemed to mock those who crossed their path. The once thriving school began to lose its luster as parents grew fearful for the safety of their children. Enrollment dwindled, and whispers of the cursed institution spread beyond the town's borders. Oakwood Elementary became a place avoided by all, a forsaken sanctuary of evil. One stormy night, a group of paranormal investigators, drawn by the dark reputation of the school, ventured into the abandoned building, armed with their cameras, EVP recorders, and their own mix of skepticism and curiosity. They sought to uncover the truth behind the haunting. They navigated the decaying hallways, their footsteps echoing in the emptiness, their breaths held in anticipation. The air grew heavy with each step, as if the darkness itself were pressing down upon them, threatening to consume their very souls. As they entered the classroom that once belonged to Mrs. Harrington, a bone-chilling coldness enveloped them. Their cameras flickered and malfunctioned, their voices drowned out by an otherworldly static. Whispers filled the room, growing louder and more intense, their words a cacophony of anguish and despair. In the midst of the chaos, a figure materialized before them. Mrs. Harrington's ghostly form stood before the investigators, her eyes burning with an infernal fire. The air grew thick with terror, and they could feel the weight of her malevolence pressing against their chests. The investigators mustered their courage, determined to confront the spirit and put her tormented soul to rest. They recited ancient incantations, hoping to banish the evil that had taken hold of Mrs. Harrington so many years ago. But the darkness proved formidable. Shadows coiled around the investigators, pulling at their limbs, trying to drag them into the abyss. The very walls of the classroom seemed to come alive, trapping them within a nightmarish prison. Just as it seemed all hope was lost, a burst of blinding light erupted from the investigators' hands. The ancient incantations gained strength, piercing through the darkness like a beacon of hope. Mrs. Harrington's ghostly figure writhed in agony, her ethereal form dissipating bit by bit. With one final scream, the spirit vanished, leaving behind a chilling silence that engulfed the classroom. The paranormal investigators stood in awe and disbelief, their bodies trembling from the encounter. They had successfully expelled the malevolent presence that had plagued Oakwood Elementary for so long. As the investigators made their way out of the school, a sense of calm descended upon the building. The air felt lighter, the atmosphere no longer heavy with despair. The curse that had hung over Oakwood Elementary for years had finally been broken. Word spread quickly throughout the town that the haunting of Oakwood Elementary had come to an end. The school slowly regained its reputation, as brave families cautiously enrolled their children once more. The memories of the dark days began to fade, replaced by hope and renewal. However, some say that remnants of the evil still linger within the school's walls. Visitors claim to hear faint whispers in empty classrooms, and shadows seem to dance in the corners of their vision. The legend of the possessed class teacher continues to be passed down, a cautionary tale for generations to come. And so, Oakwood Elementary stands as a testament to the enduring power of darkness, a reminder that evil can infiltrate even the most cherished of places. The school's hallways hold the echoes of a terrifying past, a chilling tale that serves as a warning to those who dare to disregard the boundaries between the living and the dead. Should you ever find yourself near Oakwood Elementary, be wary of the unseen forces that may still roam within, for the veil between our world and the realm of the supernatural is thin, and the malevolent spirits of the past may be closer than you think.